Good day and welcome. My name is Ray Andrewson. I'm the Executive Director of the Quinnipiac Chamber of Commerce. It is a great pleasure to be with all of you today. Every year we look forward to this wonderful event. It's remarkable. 24 years now we've been holding a Women's Achievement Award with the Quinnipiac Chamber of Commerce. And we have a lot of awardees, 6 of them here today, a terrific keynote speaker, a great program. You'll be hearing from our Mayor of Wallingford, our First Selectman from North Haven, our Executive Director at the Quinnipiac Chamber of Commerce, and other distinguished guests. So thank you for your support for the Chamber. Thank you for all the opportunities you provide us to be organizational and business leaders here in our general New Haven area, but specifically Wallingford and North Haven, the communities that Quinnipiac Chamber of Commerce serves. We had a lot of great nominations this year. Terrific, I might add. Impressive. We have a lot of impressive people in business, community organizations, in our communities that we serve and beyond. We thank everybody for being here today and being part of this special event. I'd also like to thank Richard Flandreau and the great staff here at the Farms Country Club. They do a terrific job. Let's give them a hand. And this event today, this luncheon, is possible because of the generosity and community commitment of our sponsors. And we're very grateful to our presenting sponsor, BIC USA. They've been a supporting sponsor of this event for many, many years. And we want to thank them. And we'll be hearing from BIC in just a couple of minutes here. And we thank you so much for all that you do, Allison Avery and your whole team over at BIC. Right now I'd like to bring up our leader, President and CEO of the Greater New Haven Chamber of Commerce and the Quinnipiac Chamber of Commerce, and that's Garrett Sheehan. Garrett?
Thank you, Ray, and thank you everyone for coming out for this very special day. This is always such a great event. We have so many incredible women in business in our community, but also involved right here in our chamber, whether it's on our board of directors, our incredible staff. I was just thinking, because I ran into Shelly Szynski, who's in the back there, and I wouldn't even be in this role if not for Shelly, who was my boss at UI, and then encouraged me to go for this position. So I just want to recognize the incredible power of women that we have in our business community throughout. And that's helped power us with the Quinnipiac Chamber of Commerce. We've had so many great successes already this year. Chamber of the Year, again, from our friends at the Record Journal, so thank you. And some really great events that we were able to put together, whether it was our Manufacturing Career Fair that we did in partnership with Quinnipiac University this year, or just recently on the Town Green in North Haven, our North Haven Business Showcase and Festival. Mike Frieda, thank you so much for your support. And Bill Dickinson, thank you for so much support you give us here in Wallingford as well. I'll just wrap up by saying all of our honorees really have incredible records of support in the business community. I do want to just point out Patricia Melton, who I work with Patricia so much in New Haven, and New Haven promised the incredible work that she does as the advocate for that organization. And Ginny Kozlowski with Rex Development. My passion is in economic development, and Ginny and I have worked together so much. So have a great day, and it's a great day to be able to celebrate so many successful women in business. Thank you.
Thanks, Garrett. Right now I'd like to bring up a very familiar face. Been in office nearly 40 years here in Wallingford. I believe the second longest tenure for a mayor or first selectman in the state of Connecticut. I know who first is, but I know second, that's you. So Bill Dickinson has been the mayor of Wallingford for such a long time, supporter of our chamber as well. Bill, will you please come up and give us a few remarks?
Thank you, Ray. Thank you. Woo! What a beautiful day today, and what a fantastic time to recognize 6 women who are leaders and true role models for our communities. And I'm reminded of a story written by a man, and this is before cell phones, but he was riding on the bus to work, regular commute every day, and a woman got on the bus that he'd never seen before, and she got on the bus and she spoke with the driver, and he nodded, and she sat right behind the driver. The driver then made 3 unscheduled stops, and at each stop, she dashed to the door of the bus, yelled out to a startled woman on the sidewalk, "Get on the bus, my car wouldn't start." They all got on. They all made it to work on time. Her carpool was collected with that creative leadership, and that is the kind of thinking out of the box, the incentives, the talent that allows things to happen in a community. And it's most appropriate that we recognize the women who are doing this on a daily basis. You know, so much we need good examples. We've got to return to values, the values of thinking of others and encouraging people to every day treat others with kindness. So I join with you, the Chamber, the Quinnipiac, and Greater New Haven in celebrating this great day for the people being honored. Have a wonderful time.
Stand next to me if you can, Mayor. After 40 years, you can't leave that quickly. No. We are entirely grateful to you, Mayor, for the service to this community for decades, and for what you've done in terms of commitment to this town. And we've seen it, as I like to say, in the Main Street Chamber. We have a Main Street mayor who's been in office for a significant period of time. And what I like to think about when people do their work, and I've said this a lot over time in my past career in broadcasting and in this work with the Chamber, is you don't have to do what you do. You can always find maybe another career, another venue. We have those freedoms. But we make choices to do what we do because we love what we do. And it's evident that if you're in office for this period of time, 2 years at a time, you love what you do. And we appreciate and respect all the work you've done, Mayor. Please honor me. So, Mayor Bill Dickinson, 40 years. I look back at 1983. I did a little research before this event, and I wanted to know what was going on in 1983, and I won't bore you with all the sports and all the news and all the events in 1983, but I looked at what was on TV that night, and I want to move this program along a little quicker because I looked at the lineup, and I want to get home as it was in 1983. I want to get home tonight in time to watch Alf. But we'd like to present this plaque to you because in our archives we have a lot of Bill Dickinson. And this comes from this event that we held every January, and that would be the State of the Town address with the Mayor of Wallingford. And here we have a slightly different image of Mayor Bill Dickinson from an earlier year from about 30 years ago. This is our Chamber Connection, a newsletter that we have. And we hope you'll come to our event in January with the new mayor of Wallingford that we'll be holding. But Mayor, thank you for all you've done. Our Chamber and our business community proudly presents this to you.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Right now we move down Route 5 where you don't need a passport to get in. Past Wharton Brook to the center of North Haven where you had our wonderful North Haven Festival and Business Expo this year, which was a great success. I'd like to call up the First Selectman of North Haven, Mike Frieda. Mike?
I had a tear in my eye listening to that wonderful presentation. You know, I haven't been in office for 40 years, but I've been in office for 7 terms and I'm entering my 15th year. And I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that I've sat next to this man for years, for almost 15 years, at our regional mayors meetings, and he's a remarkable man. I thank you, Bill, for your guidance in my earlier years, for all the advice you gave me, and I greatly appreciate it for our friendship. Thank you very much, Bill. Thank you. I'd like to congratulate the wonderful 6 women recipients that are receiving these awards today. I hope you realize how important you are to not only your companies, to your communities, but also how much of a striking symbol each one of you represent for young women entering the workforce, a striking symbol of hope that there can be advancement for young women coming out of college who are entering business careers. I admire each and every one of you greatly, and every woman here today, for not only your efforts in what you do professionally, but managing your families, managing your home, making contributions at multiple levels. And I hope that we can all in the future continue to be an advocate for women's rights in corporation, for advancement, for equal pay for women, equal pay to men. It's so very important. I thank you for what you've done and what you continue to do for your companies. And always keep in mind something that I never realized. Each of us, in our own way, are always being watched by others, and we don't know. We don't know who's watching us. And when we portray ourselves as professionals who are positive, who are looking to make contributions, we make an impact to people who are watching us. And what we never realize is the number of people that may look at each and every one of you as a role model, as someone to follow, and someone to emulate. So I believe that your enduring and lasting legacies are in the process of being made. And those legacies include the perpetuation of women in the workforce who look up to you, and you may not even realize it, as those striking symbols of how they can be successful also. I thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you very much, Mike, for all your comments. I'd like to bring up my colleague right now, Gary Carliglio, who would like to tell you a little bit about how this chamber operates and your support. Gary?
Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Ray. Before I get going in recognizing our sponsors today, we have a very special woman that puts this event on for us every year. She's really the glue of the Chamber of Commerce here at the Quinnipiac Chamber of Commerce. That's Maribel Carrion. If everyone gives her a round of applause. She just does so much and wears so many hats. I just want to recognize her today. Thank you, Mike, Frida, and Bill Dickinson, for your continuing strong leadership and support of the Quinnipiac Chamber in this region. I'm Gary Carliglio, Vice President of Sales and Relationship Management with the Chamber of Commerce, both Greater New Haven and Quinnipiac. I'm proud to represent the business community here in Wallingford and North Haven, and we're so fortunate to have the sponsors that come back to this event year after year. We couldn't do it without your help. So our presenting sponsor, and please hold your applause to the end, for the 8th consecutive year at this event, BIC USA. Our speaker sponsor, TD Bank. Award sponsors, Olbrich Stainless Steels and Special Metals, Gaylord Specialty Healthcare, Masonic Care, Nucor Steel Connecticut, Allnex, Burn Wealth Consulting Services. Our event sponsors, Quinnipiac University, Camco Supply Corporation of New England, RP Design Web Services, RJ Media Group, including the Record Journal, DiMartino Outdoor Media. And our prize sponsor today, proud New Haven Chamber member, Athiva. The prizes that our recipients will receive are donated by Athiva. We hope you enjoy that. You will receive them at the end when we take pictures. There is also one on the raffle table. We would also like to thank the 2023 Quinnipiac Chamber of Commerce annual investors who provide generous support that help us bring these events and programs to you throughout the year. Our premier partner, Olbrich Stainless Steel. Our star supporters, Ron, and also Nucor Steel Connecticut, and Inframetals. Our corporate sponsors, business partners that are listed in your program and also in the slideshow to my left and right. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce Allison Avery, President and CEO of our presenting sponsor, BIC USA. BIC is a valued partner and supporter of the Chamber of Commerce and the Wallingford community. We're grateful for their support. They sponsor other events throughout the year. And thank you, Allison, for everything you do for us. And at this time, please welcome Allison Avery.
Is it tall enough? Yes. Well, hello everyone and welcome to the event. As always, it's a great pleasure to be representing BIC and the presenting sponsor. Most likely, most of you don't really know who BIC is. You know, we don't make things and sell them to the general public, but we do make stuff that we sell to other people that you do buy. So we are a specialty chemical manufacturer. And what is that? That makes additives that largely go into paint. And probably most of you don't spend a lot of time thinking about paint. You probably take it for granted, right? The paint's pretty great these days, largely because of what we do, actually. You know, it's not got bubbles in it, it's flat, or it's shiny, or it doesn't drop on your head, or the pigment's pretty smooth through it, it's not streaky. And that really is all the additives. Now, there are a few chemists and chemical engineers here today, so they probably understand how complex that is. But someone that's not a chemist or a chemical engineer, it sounds pretty easy. And I have the opportunity every day to learn that that's not true, and it's incredibly complicated. But the reason you all take paint for granted is because we have a team of people that are really excellent at what they do and make that look easy, and make it look easy over and over again. Now, as an employer, you know, we can put assets on the ground and all the rest of it, but it's really the people that make that happen in our business. And as an employer, you know, I can pay people well, and we can train them, and we can be nice to them and give them benefits, and that's important. But one of the most important things to be able to attract a good team to your business is having a nice community for them to live in. And actually, I think this is a pretty nice place, right? I mean, it's a beautiful day, the trees are lovely. But again, it's not just the sunshine and trees that make a good place. There are plenty of other places we see every day that have sunshine, and they're not such a nice place to be. So what makes the difference to the place to be? And that is the people and the community and the things they do in that. So why I like this event particularly is it because it gives us an opportunity to not take those people for granted. So I'm really looking forward to being able to celebrate everybody's achievements at making this the great community it is. So thank you to the Quinnipiac Chamber, as always, for putting this event on. Thank you to the other sponsors that make this possible. But most of all, thank you for the people that are here and the ladies that have made a fantastic contribution to our community.
Thank you so much, Allison. It's wonderful. BIC USA and the great support that you provide here to our community. I want to mention we have some raffles, if you haven't seen them, that are out here, some great raffles. We want to thank all the companies that are on our slides, the raffle donations, Atheva for their contribution today to our awardees. And also let you know that the raffle money goes to the Quinnipiac Chamber of Commerce, our charitable trust to support our community and our efforts here for business education as well. And Maribel Carrion, who is our heart and soul of the Chamber, will be providing us the winners the information on this at the end of the program. So don't go away if you got a raffle ticket. So would our Quinnipiac Chamber of Commerce board members who are here today please stand up and be recognized. Thank you all for your wonderful investment and time and treasure for the Chamber as well. We have a great keynote speaker here today. You'll enjoy hearing her remarks. At this time, I'd like to invite up here Lynn Sullivan. Lynn is Wealth Market Leader, TD Bank, and our speaker sponsor for the event today. So if you'd like to come up, Lynn Sullivan, the floor is yours.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. What a gorgeous fall day to be here today, huh? I mean, with all the rain that we've had in the past 11 weeks, it's beautiful to be out here today. It's my honor and a pleasure to be here on behalf of TD Bank to be the speaker sponsor at today's event. Hopefully you can hear me if I need to raise this a little bit. I'm a little tall today. And first and foremost, TD Bank is committed to diversity and inclusion, but also for women in business and the empowerment of women in leadership. So we'd like to congratulate all of the nominees, but also all of the 6 recipients today. Congratulations to all of you for making an impact in your communities and your business. So without further ado, it's my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker today, Dr. Rashida Parks. Dr. Rashida Parks is an associate professor of computer information systems at Quinnipiac University in the School of Business. She holds a PhD in information sciences and technology from Pennsylvania State University. She has been in academia over 12 years after a rich career in industry. Dr. Parks teaches courses in information systems and business analytics and leverages the practical insights she gained from working over 10 years, including holding several IT positions within the Department of Defense, NBC Universal Studios, as well as her own consulting firm. Very impressive. Students taking Dr. Parks' courses have competed in IT and international data analytics competitions and have qualified as finalists and/or won honorable mentions. Dr. Parks is a Fulbright scholar. Her research focuses on information privacy, data analytics, and health informatics. She has published her work in premier academic journals, and her research has been nominated and awarded internationally competitive research awards. Since 2008, she's been an active member of the PhD Project, which is a business doctoral mentoring program dedicated to increasing minority representation in the business world. Dr. Parks speaks 5 languages: English, French, Arabic, Spanish, and Italian, and is actually working on 2 more, Chinese and Hebrew, as if you need any more. A hearty welcome, please, for our speaker today, Dr. Rashida Parks of Quinnipiac University.
I'm very humbled to be here today. So I got a couple notes with me so I don't forget. And I got my water also when my throats get dry. Yes, I do speak 5 languages with different levels of fluency. And in my culture, first of all, before we get started, where are the 6 women that we're honoring today? Can you please stand so we can see you? Because I'll be targeting you during my talk. So I see 1, 2, 3. You can tell I'm a professor, right? The whole table and few over here. So I'll be looking all over. In my culture, is it customary when we meet greatness and great people to say congratulations? And when I mean it, I have to say it in my native language, jizz. So I'm going to say it in Arabic. I'm going to say it in French. So I have this table and 3 of you over here. We gonna say, the whole room gonna say congratulations in those languages. And you all gonna say thank you in the same language we say it. At least you're gonna walk out knowing 2 extra terms. So all of us are gonna say in English, congratulations. Congratulations. And you all, what are you gonna say? Thank you. Okay. My first native language, one of the 2, we're going to say Mabruk, M-A-B-R-O-O-K. Mabruk. Mabruk. And the rest of you would say Shukran. Okay, my second native language, we're going to say in French, Félicitations. And and the rest would say, merci, absolument. Okay, I didn't stop. Well, English already do that. The fourth one, right? We're going to say in Italian. How many Italians in the room? We're going to say congratulazioni. And you all say grazie. All right, the fifth one. Spanish. Felicidades. Gracias. Thank you all. At early age, I learned 5 languages, not because I wanted to become an interpreter or a translator. I truly believe that every language allowed me to communicate better, allowed me to get data, accurate data, and as well as acquiring and sharing knowledge. So I was born in Africa, and there's a quiz coming up, in a country in the top left west part, surrounded by the Mediterranean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean. So quiz number 1, what country is that? Morocco, we have a winner. Now, the next quiz. I was born in a city after which a famous American movie was named after, and it was starring Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman. You need to go there. Rick's Cafe is real. The steaks are good. I don't know about the drinks because I don't drink, but I've heard they're really great. That's where I was born and was raised, and speaking those languages, I found that I loved reading. So there's always books. Okay, this is TMI. I loved Harlequin books as a teenager, right? But I would read them first before I read them in English. They were in French or in Arabic, and then in English, then in Italian. But I always, anybody that's born before 1990, whenever you read something like this, you have a thicker book next to you. What would that be? Quiz number. Thank you. So I always had a dictionary in all languages, and it's from the same language into another language, into French to English, and from English to French. So I had many. My parents probably went poor with all those, to which some family friends, and probably you have that, they thought I was curious, bored, or unsettled. Probably all 3. But my parents kept funding those adventures. I quickly started seeing patterns after the 3rd language. If I'm moving from French to Italian, that was actually really easy because every single letter and vowel, I can pronounce it. Simple. Then, since moving to the United States about 28 years ago, I did not deviate from that passion of languages that quickly translate into programming languages after I took the first one. I'm like, that's my major, right? Because it made sense. I can find patterns and link things together and use a data dictionary of data. Graduated from University of Central Florida and started working in different organizations. But just like the president of BIG said, it's about where you are. I worked. One meaningful position was within the Department of Defense at an Air Force base, and it was not about planes, it was about healthcare data. It was very intriguing. At that time, I just cared about a career and a job and money, and I was doing all that. But then start looking at UB92s, looking at CPT codes, looking at impact and people that are being deployed and health conditions operationally. I'm like, okay. Things start fitting. And I learned a new expression at that time as peanut butter found jelly. Well, honey in my case. I love peanut butter and honey. And finding that niche for me, IT, digital technologies with healthcare was it. I was so empowered beyond description. I love peanut butter and honey. And I found it. That's my niche. That's what I'm known for. So working in healthcare, I realized there is more to it than having a master's degree, or I won't say a degree, but my understanding at the time. I decided to be a research data scientist. That means I need to go for more schooling for a PhD. Life throws a curveball at you sometimes. I thought at that point I was living the American dream. I made it through school, got myself a husband, 3 kids in 6 years. Life, a consulting firm, life is beautiful. And then there's a divorce. And everything crushed and crashed. I just stalled. I didn't know how to feel. Sad, angry, mad. This is not supposed to be happening. It was not in my trajectory. My data did not predict that, or I was not paying attention to the data. So there's a point that I have in my notes here, the power of your network. I was still recent in the US. I didn't know what network meant. In Morocco, we grew up with a lot of family. That's my network. That's all I know. But people came out of that network that apparently I had built because I had no hidden agenda. People from academia, from the businesses I dealt with, life coaches, psychologists, and they said, Rashida, you wanted to become a research data scientist combining digital technologies, AI, and healthcare. Why don't you do that? You should look at them. Are you out of your mind? I have 3 kids. The baby was 1. How can I do that? But then others, they would say, well, you're from Africa. You don't have any family. You should probably go back. We should probably get another husband to take care of you. Think about it. It's all data within your own organizations, right? They're all sides. And sometimes we make decisions based on, I have so much data, and just because it's in numbers, it doesn't mean it was right. I could have just found another rich husband, and I'm like, okay, I'm all set, right? That's our data sometimes. And thanks to that network, that reminded me of my niche. Is it niche or niche? I hear both, right? That interdisciplinarity, and they said, well, you still can go for your PhD even with 3 kids and your baby that is 1. It's $200,000 back then. That's a huge investment in time and money. Then that network that I urge you to nurture, especially when there is no hidden agenda, that said, Rashida, you know that some research university, they recruit folks to train them for 4 or 5 years, whatever it takes. And then it's publicity for life, right? Right? You invest in your workers or the employees. So you just have to apply. Now you start using that mind that we all have in this beautiful room. And I said, I'm not going to apply. I want to see, since somebody said, oh, you're from Africa, Orlando is not your hometown. That means the entire United States was my home. I can go anywhere. I was no longer bounded to be in Orlando. I did not apply. I called 10 top universities that were in my list. I called them. I researched every single professor that was doing the research I was interested in. It took me about 6 months. And I would call, for example, Ray, and I asked for 15 minutes. Always end up with 30 or 45. I showed I'm interested, I'm investing before I even applied. I had 2 universities call me, when is your application coming? I got a return of 6 universities that said yes to me with full funding and a stipend on top of it. And everybody said, yeah, that's success. I'm like, no, it's not. It's a great stepping stone into what is my goal. And I drove, my parents moved over here to help me with 3 kids because that's my passion. And we drove all the way to Penn State. Strategically, what we do in this room, right? I hit the ground running, and I formed a committee, and I said, 2 of you are overlooking my data, 2 of you are overlooking my methodology, and then I need 1 more person to combine that interdisciplinarity into the healthcare. So I went to this person, arrange a meeting with him, and he said, okay, that sounds all great. What is your timeline? And I said, 4 years. He said, ain't gonna happen. It took me 6 years, and he named it very prestigious, more than Penn State. He said, no, it's gonna take 6 years. I said, no, I want to do it in 4. Then, sometimes we all, especially women, we encounter those. He lifted his hand, and he said, Rashida, you don't have 1, with his hands like this. You don't have 2. You have 3 kids. Ain't gonna happen in 4 years. don't you ever tell a determined woman that something is impossible, for it may just be very possible. I did finish in 4 years while changing diapers and cooking and doing all that. Do you want to hear the kicker? Because this is the Quinnipiac Chamber of Commerce, and we want to have fun along the way. It's not just all about work. Managed to find a husband, too. I rarely shared this experience and I went through to get from my divorce to getting a degree in data science and technology. Until about 8 years ago, I had a student coming into my class, to my office, and she said, "Dr. Parks, I need your help." I'm like, "Sit down." As soon as she sat down, she started crying. I'm like, "Dear God." Okay, I handed her a tissue. She said, "You won't understand." And I said, "Try me." And then she started crying again, handed another one. She said, "You won't understand." And I said, "Please try me." Third time she said, "You won't understand. I have 3 kids." So I gave her the look and the pose, and I'm like, "Try me." Now with the attitude of a parent. She said, "I have a 2-year-old and it's really hard." I really thought my programming assignment was that hard, but I didn't think so. She said, "I have a 2-year-old. That's all what I needed to hear." And I said, and I started smiling, and she paused. And I said, "I went back to school with 3. You know what she did? She wiped quickly her eyes, and she said, "I need help with part 3 of that assignment." She finished her PhD last year. We all sometimes need to share, to inspire others. We empower ourselves, empower each other. We need to inspire others. From that point, every time I think it's beneficial, I go ahead and share it. So your stories to us are challenges that we overcame, to others. That's all what you needed. She was excellent in everything she did, but it just needed validation that it was okay. So my third and last point, I talked about empowering us and inspiring. I'm going to go back to the point where my family, when I wanted to embrace languages, they said to my parents, "So she's probably curious, she's unsettled, bored." And we all feel that at one point or the other, right? We, I think, have to learn to explore new ways, embrace that discomfort, and embrace that curiosity as a guide to discover new passions. So somebody was talking earlier, I got a little bit unsettled about 8 years ago, and I said, "Oh, what else to do? I'm at Quinnipiac University. I love it. They offer classes in Chinese and Hebrew." So I started waking up at 8 a.m., and now I can say shalom, and I can say ni hao. I still have ways to go. But again, in the spirit of embracing the endless quest of knowledge, with COVID happening, it hit us really hard indeed. And it doesn't matter whether you're from Connecticut, from Florida, from the US, from France, from Morocco, from China. And when we look at it in our own bubble, we deal with our own things. But COVID told us flat out, you can't be in your own bubble. "Oh, we have the highest GDP. I don't need to look at people in France or people in South America." No, you do. Because pandemics, when they happen, it's not if, when they happen, they have no boundaries. They don't need visas, right? So I said, what can I use with the support of my department and my university? What can I use? So I started crafting a proposal for about a year and a half, submitted it to the US Department of State under the umbrella Fulbright, and I got full funding from both binational, the United States of America and Morocco, to study artificial intelligence in healthcare in developing countries. So they funded me and my family for 6 months. That was cool. That was cool. Embrace that curiosity, pays off. My husband is thinking now about buying a house in Morocco and being snowbird over there. As I engage across the pond in artificial intelligence, the global perspective. It's no longer, oh, I can use ChatGPT or I can use generative AI for one particular purpose. You look at it from a much bigger perspective. I'm going to give you a little overview of this perspective. I just gave a talk 2 weeks ago in Georgia where I was invited to talk more about the operationalization of AI. On one side, it doesn't matter what's your industry, but I'm going to illustrate it through healthcare that I understand a little bit more. On one side, you have all the data coming from your electronic health records, coming from your x-ray, from your CT scan, from radiology, from claim submissions, even from Twitter and social media. You have all that data. On the other side, what is it every organization want to do? You want to increase your profit. You want to lower your costs. You want to take care of your clients, customers, or patients in this case, and make sure the experiences are good. And what's happening in the middle? There is that black box that some people refer to as AI, machine learning, data mining, algorithm, and all those terminology that don't know what they are. So my research on my project worked on that black box that encompasses, when you're talking about patient, what does the AI algorithm do for you? It analyzes medical imaging, or we call it computed imaging. It analyzes medical imaging, your CT scans, your x-rays, your MRIs, for what? To identify abnormalities. When we identify abnormalities, we can start profiling diseases. So I'm in the middle of that box now. If I'm able to profile disease, I'm able to predict and start working on effectiveness of treatments. If I'm able to profile patients that you from this particular origin, and including your genetics, are you predisposed to diabetes, for example, I can start predicting which one of us is at risk in the next 6 months or next 2 years. And then I can start personalizing treatment. This is on the medical side. But as healthcare organizations or any other organization, there is not only one side. There is the operational side, where you're optimizing processes. There is the financial side for healthcare, optimizing claim submissions so you get your money quickly and accurately at a maximum capacity. However, in AI, 80 to 90% of the projects fail. It's not just about buzzword. They do fail. And why? My research and my projects I've been working on for the last 3 or 4 years, the focus on why they fail. Definitely there is the technical part, but there is more to it. There are other levers that all of us can think about. Embracing an AI strategy. Engaging stakeholders. It's not just the doers, the engineers. It's not just the CEO. It's everybody in between. It's looking at AI and engaging into the ethical privacy part of AI, and also engaging in human, or we call it sometimes humane AI, where we are involved, all of us, whether you have expertise or not, in the design and implications of that. So in conclusion, I want to call your thoughts or channel your thoughts into what are you doing within your respective organizations to leverage the power of AI beyond just the technology, beyond I have ML, machine learning, or I have an AI algorithm unit, or I have the superpower computer. What is your AI strategy, who you're engaging with? Are you engaging, how are you contributing to responsible and equitable advancement of AI? We need the perspective, diverse perspective, including those of women, starting with women in this room, in shaping the future of AI. So please be part of it. I want to thank all the amazing achieving women who have blazed trail, and also all of those that continue to make a difference, and by simply sometimes just by showing up here and eating the salad and the food too. So please reach out, strengthen your network. Don't leave today without connecting with each other, at least through LinkedIn. Aim high. Thank you all, and let our journey together shine even brighter. Thank you.
Thank you, Rashida. That was terrific. Better yet, shukran. A lot of things to learn there today. Definitely connect with Dr. Parks, Rashida Parks, on LinkedIn, wherever it can be. Well, we're going to give a few awards out here. What do you think? Sounds like a good idea? Let's do that. Let's have some fun. We have 6 awards. I'm just going to do a little housekeeping here. This whole backdrop right here, it'd be great if we could put this on the evening news and make it our backdrop. We tried. But we're going to take pictures here of all the winners later on. I'm going to have the awards right here. We'll save them for after the presentation. Okay, so you don't have to take them back to your tables and then bring them back up again. Because they weigh about, I think, 40 or 50 pounds each. So it's a little bit of heavy lifting, to say the least. So right now, we'd like to continue to follow along in your program, if you will, with our first honoree this afternoon. And right now, it's always a pleasure to bring him up. Great guy, past board chair with Frank DiCostino, site manager for All Next in Wallingford. Please come up, say a few words, introduce our first recipient for the Community Impact Award.
Thank you, everyone. Always great to be here for this wonderful event by the Quinnipiac Chamber. Patricia Melton, Executive Director of the New Haven Promise, is a strategic transformational practitioner who leads a visionary, comprehensive economic development program through intervention, scholarship support, and career launch programming, whose mission is to promote college education and workforce pathway development for over 24,000 New Haven public school students. New Haven Promise supports over 700 active university scholars and more than 1,000 Promise alumni. Patricia's career is vast and diverse. An alumna of Middlesex School in Concord, Mass., and first-generation college student, Patricia was one of the first girls to attend newly coeducational Middlesex on a Better Chance scholarship. As a gifted athlete who continued to excel at Yale University, she earned her undergraduate degree and subsequently received her master's in education from Arizona State University. Patricia's achievements brought awards including NCAA Silver Anniversary Award, Yale's George H.W. Bush Lifetime of Leadership Award, and the National Dick Enberg Award, one of the most prestigious honors college athletics confers on an individual for contributions to society. Patricia is an avid volunteer and currently serves on the following boards: the Middlesex School, Squash Haven, Schubert Theater, and Site Projects. She's also served on the Greater New Haven Chamber of Commerce and Yale Alumni Association Board of Governors boards. It's my privilege to introduce Patricia Melton.
Thank you so much. It's beautiful to see all these amazing people here, particularly the other honorees. I absolutely am looking forward to hearing some words from you and to meeting you up here. Congratulations. Thank you to the Quinnipiac Chamber, and I'm going to keep it very short. I know I'm going to be challenged by this, but I do believe I have the best job in the world, and that job is really bringing in the next generation. I get to work with an amazing cadre of the next leadership, current leadership, emerging leaders. And I will say that today, New Haven Promise, in the amount of money that we've dispersed, about $30 million to 2,500 incredible residents of our city. They are the next generation. And the women, the young girls, they are killing it. Roughly about 2,000 of our young folks are girls and women, and they are just hitting it out the park. So I am very fortunate. I think we lead by example, as we all do. And I will say that our scholars just give an incredible amount to their city. They want to give back. In roughly about 12 years, our scholars have contributed hundreds of thousands of community service hours to our city and region. So again, congratulations. I'm very honored to receive this award, but I really represent an incredible talent base that will hopefully be sitting here in just a few years. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Patricia. It's great. New Haven Promise. You need to know more about New Haven Promise. Wonderful organization, tremendous impact in our community. Right now, I'd like to bring up to introduce our second honoree this morning, Lori Kiley. She's Senior HR Manager for Ulbrich Stainless Steels. Please come up and say a few words about our recipient today, the Chamber's Excellence in Advocacy Award. Lori, come on up. Thanks.
I'm feeling a little short today. Welcome, thank you everyone. What a wonderful afternoon. Inclusion, empower, fact-based news, shining light on injustices, showcasing successes, inspiring. Those are words that make up the mission statement of the Record Journal Latino Communities Reporting Lab. I know, Gary, I'm going off script. You're like, what's she talking about? I got this, it's okay. It's a mission statement that amplifies the voices of the local Latino communities, which is why the Award for Excellence in Advocacy is so fitting. The Record Journal Latino Communities Reporting Lab is a long-term initiative launched in March of 2021. The Record Journal founded the Latino Communities Reporting Lab by the guided voices of the Latino community. Carrying out this important mission relies on the support of everyone, individuals, the community, businesses, organizations, agencies who believe in empowering people by respecting and appreciating them. Who makes up the Record Journal Latino Communities? Could it be any longer? I was trying to think of ways to shorten it, but it shouldn't be shortened. But anyway, bear with me. Who makes up the Record Journal Latino Communities Reporting Lab Dream Team? The bilingual team currently consists of one editor, 2 full-time reporters, and 1 intern. That's a small group that does a lot. Yeah, definitely. I see, are they over at your table, Maria? There they are. All of them proudly pull from their Hispanic Latino roots and experiences when they craft every story. They truly understand and connect with their audience. Since launching in March of 2021, the Dream Team has delivered hundreds of stories and videos in English and Spanish. They've reported on the contributions and impact of the local Hispanic Latino communities, along with traditions, cultures, challenges, and inequities that Latinos face every day. Most importantly, the Latino community determines the news content. So far, they've reported on important topics such as education, local news, business profiles, traditions and celebrations, and news from Latin America and the Caribbean. Accepting this award, and I'm going to do my very best not to botch up your name, so let me apologize ahead of time. Accepting this award is the Record Journal media reporter, Laus Guzman. Okay? Okay, thank you. When I say I practice this over and over again in the car, I'm like, okay, Laus Guzman. And the Record Journal media board member, also from SCOW and the Quinnipiac Chamber, Lizandra Majes Salinas. Okay. Come on, and we'll work on that. Come on up, ladies. Congratulations.
tardes a todos. My name is Crystal Elescano. My colleagues Lau Guzman, Lisandra Mejia Salinas, and I are very humbled to receive this award today. Advocacy is not just a word for us, it's a guiding principle. Since starting at the lab in the summer of 2021 as an intern, I've seen the lab grow to bring more and more of the stories, concerns, and aspirations to the community into the spotlight.
This recognition means a lot to us and reinforces our commitment to continuing our mission. In a news environment that lacks a lot of Latina representation, I would like to thank you for this honor, which only fuels our passion to keep advocating for more local Latino news.
As a very proud supporter of the lab since its inception and a member of its community advisory board, I just want to thank the Quinnipiac Chamber of Commerce for this recognition, and mostly for supporting the lab's mission to not only advocate for our community, but also to amplify the voices of the Latino communities. Muchísimas gracias.
Terrific. Thank you so much. And what an inspiration. What a great thing to read in the Record Journal and see online too, the RJ Media Group. Congratulations to you and all the work that you do. Time for honoree number 3. I'd like Sandra Gakowski to come up too, from Controller for Nucor Steel, Connecticut, present our Excellence in Business Award, if you'll do that.
Thank you, Ray.
Awesome.
Hi, everyone. It's like perfectly at my height here. I just want to say it's such an incredible feeling to feel so small, but also so included in a group of just such strong, empowering women here. And I think that's just a great testament to what we're doing here. So Allison Velez is the co-owner of the highly popular Ludal's restaurant in North Haven. Ludal's has been a central gathering place for lunch, dinner, and brunch in the center of North Haven for nearly 20 years. Allison has been proactive in her community engagement and as a mentor to new restaurant owners. In a competitive business, she and her husband Dalton have been able to attract a consistent base of loyal diners and enthusiasts as the go-to place in their towns. They have demonstrated commitment to their staff as they witness loyalty and low turnover on the Ludal's team. Given the success of Ludal's, a new restaurant named after husband Dalton opened in North Branford on Route 80, and it opened to rave reviews. Both restaurants are a success, and mentoring new restaurant owners has been a regular part of Allison's commitment to the restaurant community. Ray Andrewson will read her acceptance.
Thank you, Sandra. Unfortunately, Allison sends regrets, could not be here today. Some of you, many of you actually know, Dalton's named after her husband Dalton, in North Brantford, and Ludal's, see the name, Lou Dahl. Now you kind of get it. Dalton had open heart surgery 2 weeks ago. He's doing very, very well, and he appreciates, and they appreciate, Allison and Dalton, all your prayers and thoughts in the last couple of weeks. Allison had to be home at this time with Dalton, but she sends, via text, her very brief remarks. She would like to thank the Quinnipiac Chamber of Commerce for consideration for supporting our businesses in North Haven, Wallingford, and beyond. It's an honor to be recognized and supported. I truly enjoy the restaurant business, strive every day to continue to be successful and make our customers and our staff happy. I'm sorry I could not be present to accept the award, but I'm truly honored. Thank you again, from Allison Velez. If you'll pause a few minutes, I'm on Ludal's side. I'm going to order dinner to take out tonight. So now on to honor our next honoree, if we can, number 4, with Tara Knapp, our Vice President for External Affairs, Gaylord Specialty Healthcare, past board chair. Come up and present our Emerging Leader Award. Tara.
So I'm really excited to read this. You know, Allison Avery had started telling us a lot about BIC and about paint additives, and I am happy to paint a picture of why Dr. Allison Green is so deserving. So, Dr. Allison Green is a research chemist with over 11 years of experience in the specialty chemical and coatings industry. So So we all have that, watching paint dry to thank her for. She is currently leading the research and development of chemical additives at BIC USA by providing innovative solutions for the paint and coating industry. Allison received her bachelor's degree in chemistry from the University of New Hampshire and a PhD in organic chemistry from Boston College. Allison joined BIC in 2015 to support the expansion of the research and development organization in North America. Her career has spanned the development of new patented technologies, establishing and leveraging a talented team of chemists, and maturing BIC USA's research and development department within the BIC global organization. Allison and her team harness the potential of the local and global organization to provide solutions to meet the diverse needs of BIC customers. Allison is a native of New Hampshire and resides in Madison, Connecticut, where she enjoys spending time outdoors and traveling with her husband and 2 dogs. Please welcome Allison Green.
Thank you so much. What an honor for this award. I'm truly, truly humbled to be amongst all of you today. I think this organization and an event such as this is such a tremendous acknowledgement of what we all in this room and beyond in this community have done. Really, I think my career is kind of just getting started. I've had such a tremendous team to work with at BIC. I have to especially thank Allison for all of her support over the years as we've really gone under a transformation, again, to continue to make paint better, to put it bluntly. I've spent a number of years in the lab, and I was always very focused on the chemistry, and that's cool for those of you who maybe a few of you think that. But the reality is it is the people that matter, and I've had such a great opportunity to work with such a talented team at BIC and across the globe, and it's been really amazing to see what the group can do. So again, I really thank everybody here today, and congratulations to everyone. Really look forward to continuing to support the community and what we can bring to our customers and within the community. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Green. That's terrific. I have the honor of introducing our next awardee, our 5th awardee here. And first I'd like to let you know, and some of you already know this, my wife is profoundly deaf. She has profound hearing loss, I should say, to correct myself. She's deaf in one ear and has only about 10 to 15% capacity in her right ear. Without the work of an audiologist, without the work of this industry, without the improvements in audio technology, without people like Dr. McCacci, I couldn't comprehend her career advancement. Couldn't comprehend the fact that she could swim underwater without hearing aids, with that confidence, or play ice hockey at Yale. In fact, on our first date, we didn't kiss, we forechecked. She's happy to not be here to hear that today. But I'd like to turn the attention where it should be on Dr. McCacci. Dr. Jennifer McCacci, a doctor of audiology and founder of the Best Life Hearing Center. Practicing for over 20 years, worked in both ear, nose, throat, private practice settings, earned her Master of Science degree in audiology from Southern Connecticut State University, doctorate of audiology from A.T. Still University School of Health Sciences. She holds her certificate of clinical competence from the American Speech Language Hearing Association. She's a fellow of the American Academy of Audiology, a member of the Academy of Doctors of Audiology. She's currently serving as Vice President of the Educational Affairs of Connecticut Academy of Audiology. Jennifer is a member of the Southington Democratic Town Committee, served on the library board, lives in Southington with her husband, 3 children, and has a wonderful business she'll tell you about right here in Wallingford. Please come up, accept your award, Dr. Jennifer McCacci.
Thank you so much. I do need to correct one thing. It's what happens when you copy and paste your bio and you don't double check it. No longer with a husband. That's okay, not your fault, totally my fault. I really want to thank the Chamber for this award. It was such an honor to get the phone call from Ray. The Chamber has been so supportive of my business from the day we opened the doors. Gary and the mayor were there for the ribbon cutting, and we've been open for about 4.5 years, and throughout that time, the Chamber has really played a role in supporting us, and I truly appreciate that. Over the past 4.5 years, we've grown the business exponentially, in large part to our community support. And we've just added 2 new locations, which has been really great to bring hearing healthcare to other communities as well. The award, the fact that it kind of combines my love for business and my love for hearing healthcare, makes it really super special to me. I was telling Gary when I came in today that as audiologists, we sort of have to fight for the fact that we are, in fact, healthcare. For some reason, insurance companies, have decided ears, eyes, and teeth are not part of the rest of the body, So, hearing is, in fact, super important to all of our daily interactions, to our communications, to our mood, and conditions like heart disease, diabetes, kidney problems, all hearing is a factor. Hearing is affected by those conditions. So it's really important to see an audiologist if you are having any difficulty with your hearing. Untreated hearing loss causes a number of problems. You've probably heard on the news in recent years more and more about the link between hearing loss and dementia. So we're seeing more and more physicians talk about that too, which is fantastic. October happens to be Audiology Awareness Month, so thank you all for giving me some time to talk about it today here. Honored to be in the room with all of these wonderful women as well. Thank you so much.
We do podcasts at our Quinnipiac Chamber. I encourage you to give a listen to Dr. McConkey's podcast, which you can find on our website, quincham.com. Also, our final honoree, and it's our Woman of the Year Award, with Lindsay Allard, Managing Director at Bairn Wealth Management, last year's recipient. Lindsay, would you please come up and present our award to our Woman of the Year?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. I'm very happy to present the Woman of the Year Award to Jenny Kozlowski. She's a remarkable woman whose impact in our community has been nothing short of transformative. Her journey is one that has been marked by an unwavering commitment to making a positive difference in the lives of others. Jenny is the CEO of Rex Development and the Economic Development Corporation of New Haven. Covering the area from Milford to Meriden to Madison, Jenny uses her extensive network to create collaborations that support regional growth through business expansion and recruitment, workforce development, resilience, and entrepreneurship. Her work includes assisting businesses through all they have to navigate, including the COVID-19 pandemic response and recovery, during which Jenny worked with municipal, regional, state, and federal colleagues. Jenny's journey also includes an impressive career transition. In 1993, she moved from a successful career in the lodging and hospitality industry to joining the Greater New Haven Convention and Visitors Bureau. The Greater New Haven CVB morphed into Rex Development and led the Economic Development Corporation of New Haven, with Jenny at the helm through a series of collaborations and partnerships. With hospitality to economic development is not a typical career path. Jenny has leveraged her vast network, extensive knowledge of the region, and business acumen to lead the execution of the region's comprehensive economic development strategy. Her hands-on approach ensures a thorough understanding of projects and allows her to mentor new business owners and organization leaders directly. In addition to her work at Rex and EDC, she has taught as an adjunct professor at the University of New Haven in their hospitality program. Active in and dedicated to the community, Ginny has served on several boards of directors in the region, including the Connecticut Economic Development Association, Milford Progress, New Haven Festivals, Cirque, Collab Incorporated, Canal, Dock, and Boathouse, and the Greater New Haven Chamber of Commerce. So today, as we honor her with the Women of the Year Award, we not only celebrate her accomplishments, but also recognize the positive influence she continues to have on our community and beyond. I welcome you, Woman of the Year, Ginny Kozlowski.
I think this is the right height for me. First off, I want to thank my fellow awardees, the Quinnipiac Chamber of Commerce, Ray and Garrett, and the Quinnipiac team for making this honor possible. I also want to thank all the women in the room today because I know how hard it is to get to where we are today. It's been a different journey for all of us. Some have had it easier, some have had more challenges, but we need to continue to support each other. My group over there, Wave My Group, have supported me through many, many different challenges, COVID being one of them. Economic development is not an easy task, even though Garrett says he loves it. We are constantly faced with new challenges, but our job is to support our community in any way that we can, and we will continue to do so. So you should all applaud for yourselves. You are great women, and the men in the room that support these great women, thank you. And I look forward to continuing to work with all of you in the balance of my career. So thank you all.
So perfect. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you. And let's have another round of applause for our 6 winners. So just a couple of housekeeping events as we wrap up our program here today. We want to thank our winners, first of all, for what they do for our community. A couple of housekeeping items. Again, winners and supporters, if you'd like to gather around after our event we conclude, we'll be taking our photographs right here to my right individually. That's also our keynote speaker, Dr. Rashida Parks, if you'd be kind to come on up here too. And we'll have our photo session there. And again, we'd like to inform you our raffle winners have been selected. Please check for the winning tickets at the raffle table, okay? The raffle table. And again, proceeds go to the Quinnipiac Charitable Trust for our chamber here for our programs. Also, a couple of events are coming up here that we'd like to let you know about. With your lunchtime with the #1 Chamber of Commerce in the region. Thank you, RJ Media. We had a wonderful time accepting the award again this year. It's a lot of fun event. Our Reader's Choice Award that we put on every year. Our affiliate chamber, the Greater New Haven Chamber of Commerce, has a big event. You're all welcome to come on down to the Omni New Haven. It's the big business-to-business showcase that we put on, the Big Connect, November 15th at the Omni Hotel in New Haven. We have nearly 100 vendors, big taste lunch with 17 restaurants. How about that? Check out. Also, the Stars Aligned Nonprofit Award kicks off our event at 7:30 in the morning. We have many panels, breakout rooms. Everything is online at gnhcc.com. Check that out for November 15th. Go to our website, social media sites, listen to our podcasts, come to our QNet Leads group, come to our Small Business Council lunches, come to our business before hours, of which we have one on November 1st at Soul Friends here in Wallingford, and also our business after hours. We are a busy chamber. You are busy people. So enjoy the rest of your afternoon. God bless. We'll see you again next year at our Women's Achievement Awards. Thank you. And if our winners could please come on up here, it is photography time. We will now give you your wonderful awards. Thank you.
Bye, boys.